Welcome back everybody to another episode of If It Floats, I Boats, where we take a look at some of the more interesting vessels that you'll see out on the water. And some of you may be looking at this thinking this looks a little familiar, and if so, you are absolutely correct. This picnic table boat we see here that's being towed by this car was actually featured in the first episode we ever did of this series. But the family that owned that boat, after they saw the video, reached back out to me and said, hey, you're still missing part of this. The day that we caught them down at the boat ramp with this, they were actually towing this boat with a Dodge Ram, but they reached out and said that's not the typical way this vessel is towed. It is typically towed by this aquatic car we see right here. The captain of the car right here is J.R. Fry, and he's actually the gentleman we caught out at the boat ramp at Boynton with this picnic table as well. But this is still one heck of a setup, and it even adds just a little bit more to it when I see it out here with the aquatic car.
He hasn't grown out of his childhood yet. Yes, he does.
The next time I'm down at Boynton Beach, I'm going to have to try and catch up with this crew and see if I can get out on this picnic table and see what it's capable of doing. And this wasn't the only one that was sent in this week. We were actually sent lots of videos this week of various people out there enjoying some very unique vessels, kind of like we see right here. I mean, this takes the term houseboat to a whole new level. Basically, they've got the back porch even on this thing, but still not quite as unique as the next one we're going to look at here. And the reason I find this one so unique, this boat probably can be built for under $200, showing you a cheap, economical way to get yourself out to the sandbar and having a good time out on the water. And the next one's one we've seen several of now, where people have taken these little plastic toy boats and turned them into a real boat. I'm kind of half determined. I think I'm going to have to try this one now, so be on the lookout for me to build one of these myself. And of course, who wouldn't leave these out? These are the floating party barges we see on all the waterways basically anywhere anymore. We have some of these local to me as well, and they're always interesting to watch out on the water. Now, while these are designed to party, relax, and have a good time, some people don't want to do that when they're on the water. Some people want to get out there and kind of work for it. But I'm not going to lie, I don't know why. These types of boats will always just dumbfound me. I have no clue why anybody would want to get out there on the water and have to work this hard to get anywhere. I mean, once we're out there on the water, we're there to relax and enjoy ourselves. And then, of course, we've got Charlie Burns. We featured them last week as well for another vessel they built, but this one falls into a significantly different category than the boats wagon we saw last week. This one's going to fall more into that category of a cheap, inexpensive way to get on the water. Basically, they took a car topper, an item used placed on top of a car to carry luggage and keep it dry, flipped it upside down, throw a motor on it, and bam, we've got a boat. Once again, this is another one of those ways, if you went on Craigslist or old Facebook Marketplace, you might be able to get yourself out on the water for under a couple $100 and out and enjoying yourself, and probably going to get as much attention as somebody out there in a much more expensive boat. The only thing Charlie and the boys need to add here is a life jacket and make sure that kill switch is being worn. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode of If It Floats, I Boats. If you ever see anything crazy out on your waterway, or you have a crazy boat you'd like to be featured over here, be sure to go ahead and hit me up on Facebook or Instagram and let me know, and you might see your boat over here. Just like Matt and J.R. Frey, Corka Lynn, Connor Sachs, Calumet IS, and TJX331 did this week. And if you guys haven't already, go ahead and drop an anchor on the subscribe button here. If not, we're coming to steal your drain plug.